Hello, everyone. It's me, Godzilla 2005. And unsurprisingly, I am talking about this situation that's been happening in the Godzilla fandom. Recently, Alyssa, who was a former Godzilla, formerly known as Goji Geek, made a video exposing the true disgusting side of the Godzilla fandom. How how when she was a minor, they wanted to molestated her, and it all stopped when she turned 18, and her face, and that she received a lot of negativity during her face reveal and all that stuff. Other people have also revealed their experiences with other Godzilla fans as well. And it is truly disgusting that it has happened. As for me, I fortunately haven't experienced those stuff, but I have experienced a lot of rude people in this fandom. Now, this isn't this video is not just about the Godzilla fandom. I also want to talk about why fandoms about Japanese products are just in the West are just so toxic here in the West. It's not just Godzilla, it's other stuff too. From manga and anime like Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Sailor Moon, Naruto, Bleach, My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, Berserk, and Sword Art Online, Fairy Tail, for video games like Super Mario, Sonic, Legend of Zelda, Pokemon, Kirby, what and Xenoblade, Genshin Impact, and so much more. But I never thought a tokusatsu franchise like Godzilla would be this horrible. Seems like the only Japanese fandom out there that I know of that isn't toxic here in the West is the Gamera and Ultraman fandom. Well, that being said, I'm about to talk about my experience with the fandom. Now, I became a Godzilla fan back in 2014 when I saw Gareth Edwards' Godzilla film on theaters. I loved it. I loved it a lot back then. And I also thanks to that movie, I became a fan. Now, I haven't visited G Fest because I don't live in the Midwest. I live in the West Coast of the United States. So, and I don't think I ever will. Aside from the fact that I don't live close to the G Fest conventions, but also because of the horrible behavior that goes on there. So yeah, but either way, I have experienced some very naughty people in this fandom. Like for example, one of my least favorite Godzilla projects of all time is the Godzilla Polygon trilogy. I've Every time I would express my distaste in those movies, I would always get attacked by people who not only love those movies, but also would defend them so hard they would go so far to harass and bully anyone who didn't like those movies, just because that just and they would only think that we only hate them because there's no monster fights in those stuff. Monsterverse fans are also no exception to me as well. Every time I'd spend my distaste for every MonsterVerse entry, not just the later MonsterVerse, but even but also the early MonsterVerse from G14 of KOTN. Yeah, it's disgusting. I would always get I always get people making fun of me just because I didn't like the MonsterVerse and saying how I'm crying because I hate the MonsterVerse. I've also got attacked by Shin Godzilla and Singular Point fans as well. Basically, people don't like me all because I don't like the MonsterVerse in the Reiwa era, with the exception of Godzilla minus one. But it's not just the newer Godzilla entries as well. it's also some of the older ones as well. Every time I try to defend the Heisei era, but not blindly, but constructionally, every time I try to defend the Heisei era, I too would get attacked by Heisei haters who had a superiority complex, especially Gojipedia back in 2023. And I would also get attacked by 1998 Godzilla fans. All because I still like the movie. I mean, no, still hate the movie and things. It's not only a bad Godzilla movie, but a bad monster movie. Yeah, I would get attacked by those fans as well. Some, I would even get attacked by. I would even get attacked by evolved design fans who also attacked me because I didn't like the evolved Godzilla design. And it is very salty and horrible for me to experience that. Heck, some of these people even sent some death threats to me. So, I honestly thought the Godzilla fandom was better than this. I thought that I actually tried to convince people that the Godzilla fandom is nowhere near as horrible as the Star Wars, DC, Marvel, and anime fandoms. Because the only thing bad about at the time that was bad about this fandom was the power scalers and the writing scalers. Basically, a writing scaler is determining how well written a movie is. And just like power scalers, they can be toxic as well. But I never thought that the Godzilla fans were this horrible at predatory behavior. Because at the time, I only thought there were only four people, like Spinozilla Saurian, Godzilla Fan 2020, now Godzilla Fan 2024, 2009 Mecha Godzilla, and Deadzilla. But I was wrong. There's more people in this fandom than I thought. Well, one, well, I'm now off, and I don't know if I'll leave the Godzilla community or stay, because I have met some nice people in the fandom that actually did respect me and my own opinions. But there is still those many entitled people out there thinking that their opinions are better than anyone else's. Well, well, I hope I hope the Vic I hope Alyssa and every people who was and every Godzilla fan that was harassed by other Godzilla fans recover and find peace. Until then, this is Godzilla 2005 signing off.